Good day to everybody. We're going to play a little bit of a jingle now. And we are playing that because it is one of our Advent calendar days in our 12 days preceding Christmas broadcast days. We have a surprise in the studio. A double surprise for me today because Marcia Young from World Report has returned to the studio.
Returned.
Hello.
Yes,
and joining you is, please tell me your name.
Adeodata Czink.
Okay.
And she has been called Canada's Empress of Etiquette. And she's the founder of Business of Manners and Etiquette consultancy firm here in Toronto. So she is here today, David, to give you a lesson in holiday party etiquette.
Holiday party etiquette. I like the idea of that. All right.
So let's get started.
Okay.
Adeodata, take it away. What are the first things that we need to have in mind?
First of all, you RSVP.
If
there
RSVP,
is an
that's
RSVP,
key. Yeah, tell them you're coming.
That's the point, s'il vous plaît.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard for the host to know if you are coming or not.
What about not RSVPing because you weren't invited but showing up anyway?
It's not polite.
Not polite. Okay. All right. Well, there goes my whole strategy. Anyway, keep going. Yeah.
And then the question is, what kind of dressing are you going to have? Well, I'd rather dress up than dress down because if you dress up, you can always take your earring off. Not you, sir, but
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
And your scarf and your whatever. So I'd rather dress up than dress down. It's easier to dress down after you've dressed up.
Absolutely. I like that idea.
So anyway, when you enter, you make an entrance. It's called bum in, stomach in, and you're immediately 2 inches taller. And here I have arrived. Not loudly, hi, Kathy, I see you. It's just standing still and being noticed.
Being noticed. Okay.
Can you do that, David?
Well, there are people who have presence in a room.
Yes.
I know exactly what you mean, and I'll tell you, the man who that had the most presence I've ever seen in my life, Kofi Annan, who was the UN Secretary General, all of about 5 feet tall. He would walk into a room of 1,000, 2,000 people, and everyone knew he was there.
Yes.
Even if he said nothing, but when he spoke, you really knew he was there. He was quite something.
And the other part of a holiday gathering is that you're going to have these wonderful, interesting conversations, but you also want to have an hors d'oeuvre and a drink. So how are we holding these glasses and managing all of this?
First of all, we only have 2 hands, and one hand needs to be for introduction. So make sure that you have one hand free. So don't take a glass and a plate and, you have a plate here. Here is the plate, and here is the napkin, and here is the glass. How on earth are you going to shake hands then? And you're not there to just eat. You're there to mingle. You're there to meet people. So when you hold the glass, hold it at the stem. If you hold it at the stem, it sounds like this. If you hold it up on the top, it sounds like that.
Right.
So you very
hold
much
on the stem. Yeah.
hold on the stem.
Okay.
And if you need to toast, then that's fine. If you are the gentleman, you toast a little under the lady. I know that a lot of people don't know that, but if
So
you
toast
do,
what? At their ankles or what? Oh, you mean the glass? Lower on the glass. Okay.
he's difficult.
Yeah. You've assessed things correctly. You've looked at me. You've met me 3 minutes ago, and you're already calling me difficult. You know what's going on.
difficult.
Okay, Marcia, please.
All right, so how do you introduce yourself in a conversation, and you want to start up a conversation, like, say, I didn't know David.
Okay, so you look at David, and we Canadians, we are so polite.
Oh, don't look that closely.
Okay.
If David decides that he doesn't want to see you, he just slowly turns around the other direction.
Ooh.
And that's the Canadian way of saying, I don't want to see you.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
You say that's the Canadian way. Now tell
Yes.
me another way.
Well, you can sort of be very impolite and turn around, and you don't want
Who
to
does
do
that?
Oh, I don't want to tell you.
Okay. Okay.
So anyway, let's say that you do want to meet me. I look at you, and I move forward. And just before, like about 3 steps before, I say quietly, I don't believe we've met. And that means it gives you time to rise, because you're supposed to rise. It's not polite to sit and shake hands.
Quite right. And
So
so I will come and it's a pleasure to meet you.
That's another way of saying it.
So
I
both
always
men
say,
and
how do you
women
do?
rise to meet someone?
It is. nowadays. Lately, like I look at my mother and my grandmother, they wouldn't rise. But
But they haven't accepted. Yeah, okay. They wouldn't rise in their time. I understand
in
that.
their time.
Okay. So you have to get off your throne, Marcia.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I will stand up to meet someone
Yeah.
and say, hi, nice to meet you. And so now it's time to end the conversation. Say we've had a really good chat.
Oh, we
How do you
didn't have the
exit?
chat yet. Give me a
Oh.
second.
Okay.
please.
Ambiance is a good chat. The ambiance, what's around.
Oh, so you say, oh, isn't it a beautiful decoration that the host has done?
Yes. And also tell me about yourself. Everybody loves talking about myself. So tell me about yourself is good. And then you listen carefully. What's their passion button? And then next time you see them, you say, so how is your hang gliding doing? You know, or whatever
yeah.
they talked about.
There are those parties where you're not allowed to talk about what you do for a living because of how much some people like to talk about themselves. Anyway.
It's not the
That's a David rule.
Hey, Marcia, enough.
Okay, how do we end the conversation?
It was so nice chatting with you. I won't hold you up any longer. Don't say, I see Larry over there. Because there is no Larry over there, and that makes you feel uncomfortable and smaller.
Yeah.
So I just say, I won't hold you up any longer, which means you're very important, but I won't hold you up any
I
longer.
love it. I love it. Thank you so much for
Thank
these
you.
hints. This
Yeah.
is fantastic.
And we won't hold you up any longer. Thank you so very much. Adeodata Czink is the founder of Business of Manners, an etiquette consultancy firm here in Toronto.
Thank you for having me.